Westminster Dog Show. And Brandon said, go ahead, Brandon, what was your take on the Westminster Dog Show?
Let's go, wow, wow. Wow, wow, let's go, wow, wow.
Wow, wow, a Shih Tzu.
Yeah. Okay.
So here's Bubba Wallace for the Nashville Super Speedway, sponsored by PetSmart. Guess who makes an appearance on Bubba's new car? Paint scheme. Going to the corner.
Wow, wow.
Boom! Wow, it's the dog. It's his own dog, Asher. So, Brandon, it's just worlds colliding. So from now on, let's go, Asher. Let's go, Asher. There you go. That's the deal.
All in one. I love it. It makes it easy for me.
Talking Bears quarterbacks. Matt Nagy shed some light on where things stand yesterday. Take a listen to this.
Is there a possible scenario where Justin Fields plays on opening night?
No, I mean, Andy is our starter, and again, I can't predict anything. You know, that's you know how it goes. I mean, there's so many things that could happen between today and that week one, but Andy is our starter, and Justin's our number 2, and we're gonna stick to this plan.
Okay, no possible scenario. Look, they got the Rams, so it makes kind of sense if you want him to avoid Aaron Donald. But Brandon, Matt Nagy saying there's no scenario Fields starts week 1 is what?
Worrisome. Like, this is a guy, for months, I was pounding the pavement. Oh, the Jets got to take him. The Jets got to take him. How do you go the last 4 years and being in the conversation as one of the greatest quarterbacks in high school and college football behind Trevor Lawrence, and then all of a sudden you slide, and now you're not even considered to be the starter for week 1? This is worrisome. Hopefully this kid isn't struggling, and hopefully this is Matt Nagy just trying to protect him. Because you got to think about it, Nick. Matt Nagy and Ryan Pace, their job is on the line. They don't have 6 weeks to figure it out. They got 3 or 4 weeks, right. And if they don't start fast, they're probably going to be out of there.
That's right, and I like Matt Nagy, and so I hate to do this to him. But Matt Nagy saying this is Bill O'Brien-esque, and nobody wants to be compared to Bill O'Brien. But let me tell you all a quick story. In 2017, the Houston Texans traded up to draft Deshaun Watson. And all offseason, Bill O'Brien was like, we will not be starting Deshaun week 1. Instead, we are starting Tom Savage. And he actually kept his word on that.
No,
Tom Savage was the Texans starter until halftime of week 1. After one half of one game, Bill O'Brien was like, okay, what was I thinking? Maybe we should go to Deshaun. You don't want to ever go full Bill O'Brien, Matt Nagy. Learn from his mistakes. So don't do this. Do not do this, my friend. It's Bill O'Brien-esque wilds.
Great call. That's a great call. Hey, we're headed back to Brooklyn. The hamstring hurt around the world. James Harden returned. Wasn't 100%, wasn't even close. Had 5 points, but played 46 minutes. Here was the beard on his return. Boink.
Why was it so important to you, in your own words, to push through and to play tonight?
It's the playoffs, and my team needed me. Simple.
All of us felt like, first we, wanted him to be healthy and make sure this is the right decision for him. But once he got out there and tested it out, we were all happy for him, and we knew that would give us an extra spark. So, it was one of those performances from James that, in the stat sheet, it may not look like it was great, but just his energy, his talk, his communication throughout the whole game was just on point. So I'm glad he was out there with us, and can't wait for Game 6.
Brandon, James Harden's performance in the Nets Game 5 win was what?
I think it was a sigh of relief for those guys in that locker room. And I know, Nick, you might think a little differently than me, but you got to think about, man, There was so much pressure on everyone in that locker room, players, coaches, damn equipment staff. And for him to step up and say, you know what, I'm going to give it a shot, I just felt like it gave everyone a minute to pause and take a deep breath. Now, he only had 5 points, but he took pressure off of KD. He took pressure off of others, and I truly believe it was a big reason why they won the game, Nick.
Well, I do see it differently, and this is nothing against Harden. Like Harden, I give him credit for trying to gut through it, but he had no business being out there. And it was coaching malpractice on both ends. On Bud's end, by not making him defend, and on Nash's end, by not only playing him 46 minutes, and by not recognizing that he was so limited out there that he was, the best case scenario was what happened, that he stays out of the action and doesn't damage his hamstring further. Before the year, Kyrie was like, hey, I'll be the coach sometimes. KD will be the coach sometimes. Harden will be, he didn't say Harden, he wasn't on the team yet. I think Steve Nash took that literally. Steve, you're the coach. You actually get to make these decisions, man. And like, it was, I thought it was wild. I thought it hurt the Nets massively early. You can't just let I thought it was bad. I thought it was really bad. KD bailed him out.
Nick, now you know there are some players that have power, and they also have that type of personality that they're going to do what they want to do. We saw it in Houston. He showed up to camp when he wanted to show up to camp. So for their season to be on the line, and when he goes to Nash and say, I am playing, there was nothing Steve Nash could do. He makes way more money than Steve Nash. He has way more power than Steve Nash. And then you got to lean on your players. So you got to understand who you're dealing with in those moments.
That's fair. That's totally fair, Brandon. But even when he said that, I don't think James Harden was like, I'm playing, Steve, and I'm playing 46 and a half minutes. I think even when Harden was like, I'm playing, he was expecting to be subbed out occasionally. What is happening? I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
It was a lot. It was a lot.
Oh, it's time for the weird and wonderful. Orioles in Cleveland yesterday, top of the second. Orioles first baseman Trey Mancini. It is a very bright light, and we talk a lot about the Cleveland weather patterns. We talk about the flies that they have on the field sometimes. We talk about the monsoons. Rarely do we talk about it. You know what? Also too sunny. So there's another one. Usually people like the sun, but it turns out to be a bad thing when you go to Cleveland. And remember Chris Gittins? Last week we showed his first home run. Problem was it was a foul ball. And he still rounded the bases. And the umpire was like, hold on, this is a foul. I go, what? It was a foul ball. Well, good news, everybody. Chris Gittins got up yesterday. Blammo! His real first home run. Congratulations, Chris. This one, unfortunately, however, was also foul. Who would have thought? Foul ball to center field. Just kidding. I'm just joshing with you. I'm just joking around.
That guy's running.
Look at that. That was the highlight. Look at the guy jumping over the rail. That was the highlight.
Yeah, he's running across the highway.
That was, sorry.
What's happening there?
I'm sorry. We're gonna get more KD. We're going to get to the kid jumping across the highway later.
More KD.
Hey, back to Brooklyn. What did KD's historic night say about Giannis?